Hello? Is anyone there? Hoping for the best? Still feeling a little sick right now, but hoping that things get better. Move my mic. You're going to hear that. Oh, hey, what's going on? Miss Awesome says hi. Go play outside. Hey, Stern, I'm working on cryptid Pokemon and maybe even some childhood toys as Fakemon. That'd be sick. All right, I'm going to hop into this. We're drawing some stuff for tomorrow's video. I've got a couple things already done, so there will still be some surprises. What's going on, Purple EX? There'll be a couple surprises still. Some of these are already done, but I'm going to be doing more. I need to get a couple more done. Let's do that. Cool. Hopping right on in. What's going on, Captain Astral? Hope you're doing well today. I am sick. Dragon M Major says hi. Akumabaka says hi. If you're watching me talk to people and you don't know who I'm talking to, just know I'm streaming to Twitch and YouTube right now. So I may be talking to someone who is on a platform you are not currently viewing. But yeah, we're drawing some mythical beasts. I'm working on drawing a convergent alchemy. Try making your mic louder. Absolutely, I can do that. Let's see. There we go. There we go. That might be too loud. Bring it down just a scooch. We're drawing some mythical beasts. So tomorrow's video is, what I'm thinking is, you know, there's that whole thought on, oh, hey, the mythical beasts, Entei, Raikou, and Suicune, are inspired by the Eevees, right? By the evolutions, the initial 3 there. So I thought, what if we had some that were inspired by the rest of the evolution? Since then, we've gotten a lot more. So I'm going down the line. I've actually already done Espeon and what's it called? Like Pragmagic's new video. Oh, I did not know that Prag had a video out for that. Oh, that's spooky. I'm going to look that up real quick. That's a shame, if so. Let me see here. Prag. Magic. I may have to change everything that I'm doing if he did the exact same video. Oh, he did a legendary beast of every type. Okay, a little bit different. So I think I'm okay. Have I made Withered Bonnie yet? Not yet. I will probably do something for that if Five Nights at Freddy's wins the upcoming poll. So we will see. But for the moment, I'm gonna hop into this. I'm gonna work on. I was thinking Leafeon, so I'm gonna do Leafeon if Leafeon became one of our mythical beasts. I'm hoping that my pen's not gonna lag out on me. There we go. We're pretty much done. No. Trying to think what kind of stance I want. I want it to be a little bit wider. So it's gonna be the body. These are gonna be the shoulders here. The big thing is making it not look like Entei or Raikou when you make it wide. Let me actually... I don't know if you can see that. Ooh, there we go. I'm moving my whole recording screen over so that I can actually see chat a little bit easier. There we go. Hey Stern, love you're so creative, and I love all your ideas. Thank you. Well, can you always pivot to turning IRL mythical beasts into Pokemon? Could, potentially. Maybe. It's snowy month. It's snowy month. Hey Stern, I'm also planning on reviving the Jigataro region. Very cool. Snowy month, and I was wondering if you had any ideas for a steel type gym leader by any chance? Specifically body type wise. So for my gym leaders, I try to go with like what's anticipated and then going the opposite and seeing how that works out. But even that's a little played out. So it depends on a lot of things. With when you're working on like gym leaders and kind of the motif, I think looking at what your region is, that's really going to define everything. So stuff like I have people ask like, hey, what should I do for my starters? What's your region based off of? What should I do for my legendaries? What's your region based off of? Like always draw back to that. Have a really strong connection to what your region is. And I think that's going to inform a lot of what you're doing. Like my region is based off of, that's 80%, there we go. Is based off of like Hollywood, West Coast. So whenever I'm like, okay, what should I do here? I can fall back on that inspiration. Is the stellar type an actual type? I do not know. I do not necessarily follow like what's going on with the anime, and I don't consider it an actual type. If it's introduced and it's like one Pokemon has this type, I don't consider it an actual type. Oh, what's going on, lad? Not much. Infernal Mutton, how are you? Oh, they made a toddler steel type. Elite 4 leader, I say sky's the bloody limit. The stellar type is a fan-made type. Kinda. I don't know. I'm wanting this thing to be stocky because it's going to be based on Leafeon. And so since it's like all nature, because the idea with these is they're like expansions on what they already were. So like with the Espeon one, given that it's a psychic type, how do you expand on psychic type? I made it very celestial because space tends to be like the fallback for psychic type. Let's do that. I like the way that those are working. They're very smooth. Australia-based region? Potentially. I know. My region was Australia-based for a long time. And then I realized my knowledge for Australia ends where, like, stereotypes start. So I decided to go with something that I knew a little bit more, which was West Coast. You know, that's where I'm from. This feels too wide. Actually read messages. Yeah, to the point that I'm gonna miss messages actually, and it makes me upset because I do like interacting with you guys. That's one of my favorite things. Like for those of you who aren't aware, I recently started doing content creation full time. Scary. So I've been having to do I've been doing a lot more. Like I'm gonna be on live a lot more frequently, I think. In different facets. So like on the Discord, I just released our Pleb Plus program, which is where you can get more stuff. Like you can get lives like this, but I wanted to do kind of for the first one to do it more here. I kind of decided last minute, like, yeah, I'm going to do it on Twitch and YouTube. So a lot of lives are going to be here, but I'm also going to have a lot of lives that are specific to the Pleb Plus program on Discord. But, so I did that. I updated my Patreon to have more, like, accurate stuff so you can know more so what you're getting, and kind of looked at like not just what would be cool, but like what am I currently able to, you know, do. So what Eevee are you doing? So I'm doing the mythical beasts based on what if they came from the different Eevees. So because there's that whole idea of like, oh well, the mythical beasts are all based on different evolutions. So I thought, well, what if, you know, we have a lot more evolutions than we had before. So what if we went with that, but continued it, you know? Again, sorry if I sound terrible. I am ill. Take breaks when necessary. Oh, I try. I try. And then it's funny because my breaks used to be from my other job. My breaks were, I'm going to take a break so I can draw. And so now it's like, I'm going to take a break from drawing. What do I do now? Maybe some Ultraman-based Fakemon? I actually have an Ultraman-based Fakemon already. It's in our Kaiju video. I don't know what to do for the head here. Let's just start drawing lines. Hope that it finds itself out here. My pen's not wanting to pen. Let's see. I kind of like that. It feels very lion-y. Which I feel like could work. I know they're not cats, but I have been basing them on cats. So like the Umbreon one that I did was very leopard, or not leopard, panther inspired. Hey Stern, I had another question for you. Have you seen the first Gigataro video when I made it? Should I remake the video with Australian starters and Pokemon? I have not seen it yet. It is still on my to watch list. It is still saved, but I have not seen it yet. Apologies. I like this. I like this wide stance. A leaf mane? Maybe. I don't want to go too far from what we already have with the mythical beasts. I want to maintain kind of some of those same rules that they have. One is that they all have like some sort of flowing smoke or something, some sort of form coming off the back. They all have these metal crests on the top of them, and I want to keep a lot of that. So we'll see. What about Gamera? It'll probably be in a future video. Again, that's a poll one, so those videos actually are not up to me. It's up to you, the fans. I'm not... This feels very squooshed face. This feels very squooshed face. Umbreon I already did, so that'll show up actually in the video. That's gonna Umbreon and Espeon I already did, so those will still be some surprises. But yeah, Snout looking cute. I'm glad to hear you say that because I was really questioning it. So the fact that you like it really sells me on it staying. Let's do that. Let's do that. So we have our base look here. What else can I do? What else am I gonna? I'm thinking. And that's a bad spot to be in. It looks a little bit like a man, which is fine because they're mythical beasts, so making it feel very Manticore inspired I think works. I think I'm going to give it like, for its crest, I'm going to make it very root-like. We'll see if this stays. This image has a really serious face. Yeah. I'm trying to go with that, like, noble protector type of look. So I assume you're taking suggestions, correct? I mean, I don't turn them down. But don't be offended if someone says something and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Why is he trying to fill the Pokédex so hard? I did the math the other day on, you know, three, almost did it again. 3 videos a week. And about 5 Pokemon per. What does that come out to? I did the math. I don't remember what it is now. But that's what? 3 videos times 5 times 52. So that's 15 times 52. Is about how many Pokemon that we do. It's like 700 and something. Hey Stern, big fan and subscribe, #1 fan. Awesome! Thank you so much. So how to get the Violet exclusive Pokemons in Scarlet trading. Is Wonder Trading still a thing? Wonder Trading, probably. Do that. What I'm also going to do... I feel like I need more here. I like that a lot. I'm gonna put some dark colors in there. Make it almost like he's wearing a mask. I don't know. We'll see. Very, very Entei. Some shrubbery. Hey Stern, what is your advice for designing steel type Pokemon? Might do it for the second gym in the Jigataro region, but IDK how to do steel types much besides paradox forms, which are subpar. I agree, they are subpar. Steel is hard. I did a video where I did a steel normal type, and I ended up making it a two-parter almost specifically because I did not know what to do with that. And I feel like I just made it a paradox. So I'm probably the wrong person to ask for that. But yeah. Of the Fakemon we made so far, do you have any favorite ones that you're most proud of? I am really proud of our Kaizilla from the Kaiju video. I really dig it a lot. I made a custom Pokemon card, and those are available. I'm going to shill for just a second. Those are available by joining the Club Plus program on our Discord or by being a Patreon $15 a month subscriber. But I made it into a card, and it was the first one that I made for that because I dig it so much. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, which is fine, but it is one of my absolute favorites. I know a lot of people really like Maxival, which I was surprised about. People really like Maxival. What if you have the chest a pattern insignia? That's a good idea. Maybe like it's carved wood or something. Trying to find a way to fill out some of these shapes more. If I do this, what do we think? Yeah. Could possibly have a new Mega Evolution for Leafeon. The thing is, if I do a Mega Evolution for Leafeon, I feel like I have to do it for all of them. So, potentially. I'm going to do like seeds and stuff. I don't have to do this now, but I just want to remind myself. There we go. That big cat is... What big cat is this one based on? Either a lion or a manticore, and that was kind of just by accident. I was just drawing it, and then I realized, what should I base this off of? And I was like, oh, it kind of looks like a lion. Maybe we'll just do lion. Call it a day. Call it a night. It's night here. Who's this cool guy? This is, what we're doing is we're doing, based on that old adage that, oh, hey, all of the evolutions turn into the legendary beasts. I'm doing, okay, well, if that's the case, we should have more because we have more evolutions. I know there's a whole story, a whole lore to it, why it makes sense that it's specifically those three, given the region that it happens in, but I want more. The legendary beasts don't get enough credit for how cool they are. Is the Discord open to anyone? The link says it's invalid or you don't have permission to join. It should be there. It should be there. Let me see. I think I have a command for it. I don't know if that'll work. Nope, didn't work. Let me see. I can do this real quick. I have a switchboard that'll send it, but you know how that is. I'll grab it for you here. Discord's loading up. What app am I using? I'm using Photoshop. Come up here. Invite people. Come on. Copy invite. Copy invite. Copy invite. Come on. Discord, don't do this to me right now. Copy invite. There we go. So there's the Discord for anyone seeking to join. I'm going to close back Discord because it's going to take up a lot of my power. Back to weird lion creature. He's on my door because he hears me but can't go on my bed. Can't draw Pokemon Fakemon because I can't draw animals. Yeah, it's hard. It's something you gotta practice. I think the Fire Beast is Entei. I know I want to put patterns here. I just don't know what to do. No, I'm not going to do tail. Tail feels too. No, and it has to have a billowy smoke, doesn't it? Just for now, do something so that I can remind myself that that has to be a thing. Maybe I'll do like spores or something. How to make a Pokemon region? Doesn't have to be big, just so I can understand. Oh, absolutely. I can do that. That's a good idea. Nice surprise to see you stream here. Yeah, thanks. I'm sick, so I sound terrible right now. Just a heads up. I want to do something here, but I don't know what to do. I also want to do something here, but I don't know what to do. What if we do like an Ivy type thing? Like we just phone it in. What if we just phone it in and do like, yeah, but this is going to be green down here. Like he's got moss growing on him. Basically drawing exclusively Fakemon my whole life. Yes, I do, so I could draw other things. No, that's fine. Practice. It's a cloud of pollen. That's what I'm thinking. Let's get to inking him. I'm also using a new brush, so forgive me. This brush, rather than being just straight line, it does like variation. So it much more mimics kind of what the Pokemon style is. So we start by getting stuck in a thick forest and getting lost. That sucks. No, that's a good idea. It just I'm saying that sucks for the creature. Do that. What if I do? I like that. I like the big teethers. I'm gonna have somebody in the chat say that looks stupid, and that's fine because I like it. It's for me. The Mishipishu Water Panther, but that reminded myself there's already a water mythical beast, Suicune, which is a Kirin, I think. Is it a Kirin? It makes sense if it is. I've just never heard that. Usually takes me hours to sketch a Fakemon design. I'm just imagining this tongue sticking up. I have to be careful because I have done that where I'm like recording myself and I'm talking to people on like Discord or something. And I think there's a video of mine somewhere. It's in the astrological series where I was talking to someone. I don't remember who it was. It was another YouTuber. And we were talking about Kobe. And I drew Kobe. And we were laughing about it. And then they said, "Aren't you recording right now?" And I said, "Oh, shoot." And I kept it in. So if you look at one of my old astrological videos, there's a picture of Kobe in the corner for like a half a second. Love how your Fakemon look. I can never do detailed ones, and mine have always had wobbly line art. The line art's hard, so I use a smoothing, which I'm just now realizing actually isn't on, to make my lines a little bit crisper. It kind of automatically aligns them for me, but I often forget to turn it on, and then I realize halfway through, and sometimes it ends up meaning that I have to redraw because stuff just doesn't line up after that. Back in my day, Pokemon was two things like fire and horse, or a lizard and a dog, or a dragon or a... Yeah. The good old days. When Pokemons was easy. I did this eye thing on my Espeon one that I really liked. Where I do like a white and it makes the eye look bigger. While not making it have to be huge. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Again, sick, so you're going to hear a lot of sniffling and stuff. gross stuff in this stream. That's not the shape I want. I do like that. I want it a little bit, not quite as burly. Hi, Stem. Have you watched the new Marvel movie called Kevin the Hunter? I have not. Is that Marvel? Is that a Marvel character I'm not aware of? Craven. Craven the Hunter. Now I get you. It is Marvel adjacent. It is Sony, and so Sony calls themselves, they call their universe, get this, Sony Pictures Universe of Marvel Characters. They want to be Marvel so bad. It's Marvel adjacent. I haven't seen it. I probably would be in a rush to see it, but I have not heard great things about that movie. Do you like Bat Fakemon? And if so, I'm currently drawing a shrapnel Bat Fakemon called Scrapnel. That sounds cool. I'm actually taking a lot longer on this drawing than I normally do because I'm talking to you guys. I'm realizing. I'm going to have to speed this one up quite a bit. But that's alright. One of the mythical beasts, but I'm not sure. Sonic 3 beat up Mufasa so bad, I heard. I went and saw Sonic 3. It was very good. I have my gripes. But as far as I know, I'm the only one. So I won't get into it because I don't want to spoil it for people. It's a really good movie. And it beat up Mufasa real bad. But like, who asked for Mufasa? Who was like, you know what we need? You know how the Lion King, quote-unquote, live action underperformed? What we need is like a sequel to that. No one asked for that. Not a one. There's the Spider-Man movies that have absolutely no mention of Spider-Man. Yeah. I'll probably see it eventually. I keep telling myself, because I missed this episode of Creature Commandos on Max, and I kept telling myself all day, hey Stern, don't forget Creature Commandos. You got to get on Creature Commandos. It's your favorite show. And then I just kept forgetting. I love the shapes for the feet. Thanks. Nice and round. Nice big round feet. Okay. Walrus Lion. I'm going to get rid of that for now. I'm going to find out where all the gaps in my lines are. Yep, there's a lot of them. That's the thing with this brush, is it's so hard to find the gaps when you're trying to fill in like this. Like this over here could be a gap. I don't know. Did I get them? No, I didn't. I didn't get them all. Like all of these little breaks could be considered gaps with this brush. It's all, jeez, that's the problem. Is I like the way that this, there it is. I like the way this brush mimics like a, seriously? Mimics like a charcoal type feel. But it does this. Okay, I got a lot of them, but I didn't get them all. Nothing there. That's clean. This might be it right here. This might be it right here. This is probably absolutely it. Yeah, okay, that's what we want. Are we doing Mythical Beasts? Yes, we are. Oh, I'm dying. If they did make steel-type Dunkleosaurus, this idea was prompted by a new discovery that the Dunkleosaurus actually had a more mechanical jaw and allowed it to open its mouth super fast. I like it. Is Kraven the Hunter a good guy or a bad guy? Kraven the Hunter's a bad guy. 100%. It's weird that they tried to convince people otherwise. He kills animals indiscriminately, and I think they try to make him like he's a savior of the forest. I'm like, he's absolutely not. He is absolutely not. No option to close the gap on the magic tool selection. I think there is. There probably is. You're probably too dumb to know it. I think I can adjust and say, hey, disregard these little gaps. Like, that's going to kill me right there. Look at that. That's going to be a nightmare. That's going to be a problem in, like, right now. All of these little things are going to be big problems for me. I think someone should make a Chimera Beast that are super cool. And by the way, I can't use a tool to make designs straighter because I only use Chrome Canvas. Oh, there's nothing wrong with Chrome Canvas. It's a good setup. Like I always tell people, like I use Photoshop, and they're like, "Oh, should I use Photoshop?" I'm like, "Don't use Photoshop. And don't get trapped in their ecosystem. It's a terrible product. Adobe is terrible to their client base. You actually have to go in. I did it already, but you have to go in and say, hey, do not use my pictures to teach AI. Because it's automatically set that it will. It's automatically set that your pictures can be used to teach AI. And you have to tell it not to do that. Which is weird. That feels backwards, right? Yeah, that's fine. We'll get that. What will that look like if I do that whole section? I kind of like that a lot. I kind of like that a lot. These things I can't get these clean. I don't want to have to keep switching brushes. Alternative to Photoshop and it's free. Yeah, find alternatives to Photoshop. Photoshop's not fantastic. I'm just gonna have to switch brushes. The other thing is that Photoshop is so pro AI, and I honestly don't have much against AI. I have stuff against people who try to pass it off as their own art, but I don't got a ton against AI. It's just another thing that Adobe does is they do this thing where they'll use your art to teach AI, and then they make it like, hey, if I go online and I'm like, I need a stock image for this, Photoshop is like, here, we have stock images for you, and it's all AI generated art. Like every single one of them. They're all AI generated art. This looks super pixely. It's kind of it's kind of what I want. I'm gonna be on the right layer. Go a little bit lighter. It's going up here. Yeah, it's cool, like making images using thousands of other ones. It's neat. That's where my like of it ends. I mean, it's cool that it's using a bunch of stuff to make new things. The problem is it does not ask permission. Like YouTube fully got in trouble recently because they were in an interview and they asked like, hey, so do you sell people's videos to AI? And they were like, oh no. And then like later they asked them the same question, like, oh yeah, wait, what did we say before? And it was like you just caught yourself. Where it's like, yeah, but isn't it in the contract that those videos like belong to the creators, that you can't do that? And they're like, well, Yeah, but we'd like money. I think that the hate the AI gets by a lot of artists is like I think it can be a little too high. I think it's a lot of like people who say like, "Oh, it's the devil. How dare you use?" It's like, well, hold on. There are some really good applications of it, but I'll agree, stealing art is not one of them. And like I said, I don't have a problem with AI as a whole. I have a problem with artists who use AI. I could point at some PokeTubers, but I won't. And say, look, I made this. You know, the ones who do that, who say, look, I made this. Isn't it fantastic? And it's very clearly not theirs. What program do you use to draw? I use Photoshop. Don't use Photoshop. If you're trying to get into drawing and you're looking for a program to use, don't use Photoshop. I can't say that enough. Learn on something else. I went to school to learn Photoshop. I went to school and they taught us with Photoshop. So that's why I use it, because it's what I know. But if you have the chance to learn a different ecosystem, learn a different ecosystem. Such poofy paws they have. Yeah, I want them to feel like grounded because they're grass. Okay, so we got that. I want to do something here, but I don't know what to do. I keep telling myself I'll come back to it, but realistically, I don't know, because I don't know what to do there. What I will do is this. Gosh, I'm so sick. I'm still on 13%. There we go. Go. Hydrate? I'm sick, man. I can hydrate as much as I want. I'm ill. I did Undertale. Do I plan on doing Deltarune? I do. It depends on if it wins the poll or not. Like, that's the thing, is once I make it a poll thing, it kind of becomes unfair for me to do another without it winning the poll. At least that's the way I see it. Is, it's like, hey, what I wanted didn't win the poll, so yeah. Maybe a Rafflesia plant incorporated into the design? Maybe. See, was punching me in the face. Crit is cross-compatible with Photoshop. Only Photoshop in college, but refused to pay fees for something I bought. So when my computer with the old Photoshop died, I switched to Krita. I'll give it a try. I'll definitely test it. Alright, let's do this thing that I've been holding off on for quite some time. Which is the spores. I like that. What kind of Paradox Pokemon are you designing, and what name did you give your designed Pokemon? Can you provide examples of new names like Wild Hunter or Savage Entei? So this isn't a Paradox Pokemon. This is actually if Leafeon was a legendary beast. That's way too big. It's amazing so far, Stern. Thank you. Trying my hardest here. It takes a little bit longer to draw these when I'm streaming because I do spend so much time talking. But, you know, it's its own thing. Let's do this. Come back up here. Switch that to 4%. 3% is fine. Just go absolutely nuts on it. It's hard to tell the difference, but trust me, it's there. There we go. Your help with being sick is to drink tea with honey. Oh, I have been. Or eat straight honey to soothe. Pineapple is good to cut through the phlegm. Not a lot of phlegm. I'm actually doing better. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I'm doing better than I was. Okay, I think we're good. I'm pretty happy with where we're at. Just kind of... There we go. Okay. Oh, I didn't combine those. There we go. Okay. Okay. Let's do that. Get some of this shading done. Looks good so far. Thanks. Trying. Trying. Yeah. There we go. Uses Photoshop, but he advises against it because they're evil. Yep, that's me. I advise against Photoshop, but it's what I use. It's what I was trained on. I'm too old to learn new tricks. Can't you tell? Don't I sound old because I'm ill? Smile, man. Man, why are you so good at shading? Mine's always off. It's a lot of practice. It is a lot of practice. There are a lot of people better than me. Trust me on that. I think the shading is probably one of my weakest traits. The problem is I need to stop hanging out with such talented people because a lot of people that a lot of the other YouTubers that I talk to and stuff, I'm like, how do I be like you? There we go. I should have gotten this earlier. looks like Bowser. That's fine. It's okay if it does. Shop costs money? If so, how much? It does. Too much. I think it's for the plan that has like at least everything I use. It's like $60 a month. But that's like all the photo and video editing stuff. Give me Legends Arceus vibes. I dig that. I'll take that. Your shading, that's crazy because your shading is amazing. Thanks. Shading is definitely not something that comes super natural to me. But I try. The good thing is with Pokemon, I've noticed, like, if you look at their shading, it's never, like, perfect. So it's good to, like, try my, like, there's a little nub there. It's like, I try my best, but also knowing, like, even in the official artwork, there's so much variation to the size of the shading, like, randomly. Because they want it to look almost watercolor-esque. And I know the original Pokemon art was watercolor, but even now it's not anymore, but they want it to look like it is. Make sure the chat isn't going to listen to you or me. I've already tried like 20 times and I give up. Try to do something cool for the chat and nobody cares because all they care about is Photoshop. I'm sorry if I didn't catch what you were saying earlier. Apologies. I don't want anyone to feel frustrated. Pokemon art is always perfectly imperfect. Stern, maybe you need to make your Pokemon shiny form. I love shiny Pokemon. I will. This will have a shiny form in the video. I always do those. They're fun because you get to like get new inspiration for the character without having to fully draw a new character. Oh yeah, fun fact, Scrapnel actually has 2 evolutions, one being called Batalic and the other being called Scream Punk. Yeah, I saw that come through a couple times. I have so many chats coming through that I have to kind of wager what I'm responding to. And if I get stuff that's like, hey, here's what I'm working on, and then I get stuff that's like, hey, what program do you use? I kind of have to take the what program do you use. So, nothing against you. It's just one of those things. You know, we get a lot of questions, so it's hard to answer every single one. Stern fun facts, scrap and electric. Yep, I saw that. Yep, I was actually just answering that one a moment ago. Do this. Perfectly imperfect. I think that's a really good way of putting it. It definitely makes me feel better. Let's do that. Cool. Please do welcome home characters as Pokemon. I just watched the Game Theory on that show. So I would love to. I need to learn a little bit more about it first. I just watched the Game Theory on it. I'm going to continue to learn more about it. That way I don't get people coming at me saying you got this character or that character wrong. But it's in the plan. It's in the plan. It looks like a real official Pokemon. Oh, thank you. I have been going back and redo the Run Paradox Pokemon, but end up more confused on how to do it properly. Yeah, it's hard. Paradox Pokemon are weirdly difficult. Mm. Can you do Battle for Dream Island characters? I don't know what that is. I'll have to look it up. Okay. Now let's do some highlights. And this guy will be done. What does that look like if I'd use that brush? I'm not a huge fan of it. Not a huge fan of it. You should mix extra hot ginger tea with orange juice and cinnamon. That's a good idea. And lots of honey. I drink a honey cinnamon like latte, not latte, tea every day, every morning. But I could actually use one right now. I might get one in a second. I'm going to finish this guy, and then I may take a break to go do that. Because I have to record lines after this. That's the thing. And I can put it away, like I can put away the rasp for a minute. Can you make me one of my teas? I'm dying. The people are noticing that I'm dying. Yeah, I'm talking to them and they're like, get water. So I was asking my wife to bring me a tea. I was like, the people on the internet are worried about me. Just don't lose your voice. I'm trying not to. It's an every year thing. Every year around this time, I lose my voice for like a week. And it just happened to be the week that I was like, what if I do YouTube as a full-time job? One tea, a singular tea, not two? Yeah, I'm going to have one tea. Just one. I haven't earned two tea yet. Not at that tier. Get it? Get it? NT. If we're sick today. Most of the people at my school are sick. Cream Chan Official says, hi, Stern. Hey, what's up? Alright, I think we're almost... There we go. I think we're done on that one. I think we're good. I'm going to call it good. I might play with the colors a little bit more before final render. Is Dream Day finished? I think so. Hard to use. Is there a name from the legendary Leafeon? Maybe, potentially, eventually. How do you feel about fan art of your Fakemon? I love it. If you have Discord, post it there. Let's do that. What does it look like over black? Anything I missed? No? Looks good? Great. Name suggestion? Who you on? You have a Dogman character where Pokemon's crazy, huh? Haven't seen you do Alice in Wonderland characters Pokemon yet? Should do that? I should. That'd be fun. I draw them on paper. Oh, that's cool. That's a good idea. Okay. So far, I have this one for Leafeon. If Leafeon was a legendary beast. I have this one for if Umbreon was a legendary beast. And I have this one for Espeon. This channel, my question is, does anyone have ideas for a rock snake starter that would fit in an Australian-based region? Isn't there a rock snake? Something feels off about the back leg. This one? Yeah, I have one back and one kind of stepping forward. The back leg always feels weird. I've looked at so many reference images for these types of stances, and that's what they look like. And it's like, there I can do like, so if I come in here and I do like a line here to, oops, and do like a line here to differentiate between like the body and the leg, I feel like it helps, but it's still weird. Morone? I like that a lot. Ente. I dig that. That's fun. Oh, one more thing. Here's a fun little cheat for some of you. If you want to make your stuff look a little bit more Pokemonified, grab a brush that's very loose like this, turn the opacity way down, and then just go back and forth over the whole thing a dozen times. It gives it this faux, like brushstroke look. I see, like, so many people doing this, and it makes me mad that it works. And you just turn the opacity down on that whole layer, or you can keep it up, and you do like a soft light on it. Like, see these weird little lines that it creates? Like these vague, almost invisible lines that come through stuff. Look at, like other YouTubers, like, if you look at like Loxton or Ron, or other, you'll see these types of like lines a lot. It's like a fun little cheat that lets you make it feel like it's a little bit more, watercolor or paint. It adds like these fake paint strokes. I'm going to save this real quick and then we'll hop on to the next one. Should be Glaceon. I'm losing my voice. Alright. Is this my sketch layer? That is my sketch layer. Probably just use the same sketch layer. Could I maybe catch all the legendary EV evolutions and add them to my collection? Sure. Is it the Guardian of the Forest? That's the idea. Glaceon. Little cat for you guys. Characters for Pokemon movie will come out day 31. Crazy to see the movie. I don't know, Dogman. I'll have to look into it. I've heard of it. Okay. Snow Leopard, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Make the body. I want it to be kind of hunched, like it's hunting. Arm down here. Snow leopards have those big, meaty claws. Try Hatzigopteryx. Big bulbs. These may not be near big enough. My camera's not on, you're fine. Thank you. Thank you, wife. Is it okay if you make some fan art of Aspen? Absolutely. I want it kind of low to the ground. Disney villains as Pokemon? Oh, that'd be fun. Made into a Pokemon as we speak. Sir, what are you doing? I just got here. Hey, Pokeduo. We're looking at the idea that, you know how they say, oh, all the legendary dogs, legendary beasts, whatever they are actually Eevee, evolutions. Well, I was thinking, what if we took the other evolutions and applied that to them as well, turning them into legendary beasts? So that's what we're doing. Making some cat dog things. Which I think is interesting, because Eevee's like, they're like, oh, Eevee is animal, Eevee is mammal. And then the legendary beasts, people are like, oh, the legendary dogs. Well, they're not dogs, they're something else. They're mammal. It's like, oh, that makes sense. They are animals. The hard thing is these crests without coming up with something that's already been done. Like, this looks a lot like Entei, so I have to find a way to make it not look like Entei. Not Entei, Raikou. Or Raikou. However it's pronounced. I'm saying Raikou in the head crest thing. It feels too close, I think, at least to me. What if instead of like the whiskers, the long facial fur, I do this instead, make these wisps. Make these cool wisps. Wisps are cool. Love me some good wisps. Just joined in. Did I miss anything? Yeah, you missed the $10,000 giveaway. So sorry. I'll have another one probably at some point. No, we're just drawing, what if the other evolutions were inspirations for the legendary dogs? Is it okay if you make rolls? Yeah, it's fine. It's not one of mine. There you go. Don't know, sometimes evolutions can be different, but designs for with sound type evolution named going on the Echo Pokemon sound type. I did a video on that. I did a video on an evolution of every type. But yeah, I think it'd be fun. I don't know. It's like sound type. I feel like it should exist, but I also understand why it don't. Love me a good wisp. Love me a good wisp. Love me a good wisp. We'll have to go. I have to go back to bed. See ya. See ya, Liza. Liza. I hope I get that name right. If I do something like this. I saw Moana 2 the other day. Did not care for it. Generally exists when not as a Pokemon type, but a type of attack. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it does. It feels like it's only a matter of time. Adios, amigo. See ya, Infernal Mutton. Thanks for stopping by. I want these shapes to be a little bit more cohesive. Maybe the Lord of the Rings Fakemon? Maybe. I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan. But I could. I've seen the movies. All 47 hours of them. Oh, you're saying goodbye to someone else. Good, I'm glad you're still here. Didn't expect to be streaming close to 1 a.m. Well, it's not 1 a.m. for me. Haha. Time zone. This is Glaceon. It's an ice type. So one of the things about the mythical beasts is, while there is the theory that they are connected in some way to the evolutions, they don't look like them. So I'm not keeping that too close to home on that, of like, oh, they have to look like the evolutions, because even the existing ones don't. Looks bad. Terrakion looks bad. He does. It looks like he doesn't want to be. Gary the Mother made a video that fixed the sound type as a music type. Ooh, the sketch is coming along well, Mr. Stern. The pose looks cool. Thanks! I was actually nervous about that, so I appreciate it. I feel like you can't have an ice cat without it having Sabretooth inspiration, so we gotta fix that real quick. Icicle Fangs, perchance? Perchance. I think I'm going to do it with the color. Not so much with the actual line art, but when we get to the coloring section, I will. Bilbo's Pokemon with Gandalf as their Pokemon. Oh, that makes sense. I like that. DK Donkey Kong. The underfur reminds me of an icicle. Oh, that's a good idea. Making those more icicle type oriented. I like that a lot. Excalibur's ice faceplate situation. We don't talk about Excalibur in this house. I really love your art, Stern, especially your Fakemon region, which I forgot the name of. Costalis, that's all good. It's my region, and half the time when I'm searching stuff on my computer, I'm like, what's the name of that friggin' thing I made? Shield legendary Pokemon vibe? A little bit. Look at that. Ooh, he's spooky. He's scary. The video is what makes me draw and color Pokemon the way they look different from the way they're meant to look. I like that. Because they're cool. I want to see the Smog the Golden as a legendary dragon Pokemon. That'd be sick. Again, I'd have to touch up on the movies again. That was weird. These are weird choices I'm making. There we go. There we go. Why does Totodile have King K. Rool's head? He crocodile. Did you do it in order of when evolutions were released? Pretty much. That's what I've been doing so far. That's Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda. It does. It does look like Tai Lung. Yeah, I'm not necessarily trying to make it look like Glaceon. That's just the direction of inspiration. Because, like, Entei doesn't look like Flareon. I'm going to angle these more down because I did like the idea of them feeling more like icicles. Okay. Now come over here. There we go. Terrified for the fairy variant? You should be. There. And since I did those on a separate layer, I can go in and recolor those after I fix them. There we go. Okay. Now I can do this. Do this. Do that. Take away my sketch layer. Bada bing, bada boom. Also, Stern had a question about how often you see chats, and I was wondering if you ignore some chats or go back to them later. It depends. It depends on the context of the conversation. Yeah. So some stuff, like some conversation, holds further questions that kind of take us away from what I'm trying to talk about in the video. And I usually won't go back to those. But I do try to check chat as much as I can. So like if something's like, hey, check out this drawing that I did. Here's a link or whatever. I probably won't go back to that just because it's going to pull me away from what I'm doing. But stuff that's just like conversational, I try to be there for. Go. Everybody's going to call it here. See ya, Dracone. Thank you so much for being here. Glad you could make it. Sorry I made you stay up late. Wishing you the best in this new year. Now it is 3 a.m. for me. What are the chances of an hypno coming in my room? Very high. Let's get back out that weird brush. Yo, Stern, if you get to do the Sylveon-based Legendary Beast this stream, you can make it use the non-binary flag color scheme. That would be lovely. I would love to. I just finished the cat face Pokemon. I know that you have Discord, Purple. You know where it goes. Aurora is an respectable choice, honestly. Aurora would have been cool. I'm now thinking I probably should have done that, but we're here. Hello, Stern. Hello, Tadbit. How are you? I have not gone to watch your video. It slipped my mind, but it's still on my to-watch list. Like diamond dust. Yeah. Potentially, maybe. Let me take a drink of my tea. I'm rejuvenated. I'm gonna make note that you are in a different time zone since I work nights, so I can't catch most people's streams since too many are in the same time zone. Oh no, I'll stream a lot more. That's the idea. So I'll be here in most time zones. So I'm gonna stream now, and I'll stream Odds, probably not tomorrow, but I'll stream what would normally be, what is it? Right now it's, for me it's 10. I'll normally stream during the day as well. I'm gonna head out. It's 1 a.m. and I have to wake up around 8 a.m. Have a good night, man. Have a good night, King Totodile. So glad you're able to make it today. Have a great year. I'm not Pokemon, but I loved your Sonic and Poppy Playtime videos. Thank you so much. It actually makes me really happy when I hear people say, like, I don't know Pokemon, but I watched the video, or I don't know Transformers, but I watched the video. It's super cool. See you, Tadbit. I'm gonna go. Friends are at my house. I just wanted to hop in and see how you're doing. I'm doing great. Thanks for hopping in. Thanks for checking in. Always glad to have you, Tadbit. Hey, Stern, Area Zero rifts are basically interdimensional portals that summon Paradox Pokemon into the Jigataro region. One past Paradox Pokemon I just now made is Ho-Oh called Terror Bird. Yeah, I saw you talking about that. Sounds cool. Pumped about it. I like that blue. But it's a little too blue. What if we go for a more stony? I like that a lot. Who are you drawing right now? I'm drawing an ice-type legendary beast. I'm trying to. Now for the cool part. Mr. Pokemon, do you have any tips for achieving a patchwork look for a creature? Yeah. Make sure that if you're doing stitches, that the stitches are all over the place. Patchwork is sloppy. Patchwork is meant to be all over. I think if you can get your stitching to look haphazard as possible, haphazard, haphazard, then it'll treat you really well. Look at different references for it too. Like references are going to help you a lot on that type of design. I'm actually going to do this part like this too. Yeah, I like that. This looks good. I like this a lot. I like this design. But I think doing Minecraft Monsters Pokemon would be very interesting. I'm planning on it for when the movie comes out. I am planning on it. So trust. Trust that that will happen. I kind of try to stick stuff to like when it is at its most relevant. And Minecraft is always relevant. It's one of the most popular games in the world. But I have big plans for Minecraft. Can't wait to see Sylveon. Me too. I have no idea what I want to do. Is red? It will look so cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. Red ice is scary. Alright, we're going to move on to the shading. Which this will be easy because I don't necessarily shade the wisps. Hey, sir, the reason why I send the same thing as a bunch is because I usually just want to see what you think of the Pokemon descriptions wise to hear feedback on my designs for the future. I agree. But I'll be honest with you, maybe when I'm doing a live stream isn't the best time to say, hey, I need some feedback. Because like I said, it does take away from some of the conversation. I know you don't have a Discord, I saw that. But I'm trying to think if there's other ways to get a hold of me. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on a lot of social media. If you grab me there, I can help you out. But yeah, it's hard for me to keep track and pull away from the conversation in a Discord, or not in a Discord, in a live stream format. Not quite hit the mark for what I needed. Helpful advice though, honestly. Yeah, it's hard. It's one of those very specific type of things that it's like you kind of got to figure out something that works for you. It's one of those things that I still struggle with, like patchwork type design. I have YouTube as of right now. Yeah, that's what makes it hard. It's like it means like the best way to answer your question is to stop all other questions from coming in and responding to any of them. So it becomes difficult. I hope you understand. I hope you get that. Any shading and coloring tips? I'm going to say it, and you're not going to like it because I say it all the time and people don't like it. Reference. Look up what you're trying to mimic the shading of. Shading is like what can make something feel like a completely different style. Like if I did a gradient shade on this rather than a harsh line, it would feel like it's it would feel like it's not Pokemon. It would feel like it's a different art style. So get reference. Like I have looked up how Pokemon is shaded a lot and watched a lot. Like one of the biggest things that I saw was actually from Subjectively Jack on how he shades, and it was like a lifesaver. So researching and looking up stuff, and I'll actually do it here in a minute. What he was talking about because I do it in all my stuff. Ever since I heard about it, it's one of those things that you just kind of got to learn and practice and look at how other people are doing it. I wish that I could say for stuff like that there was this secret formula, but it's not. Like the closest I found is like I'll do the shading and then I'll do this soft edge to it, making sure not to get it perfect, like not beating myself up if I don't get it perfect, because Pokemon Company doesn't do it perfect. There's a lot of variation. And this tends to be like what works for me. Lord of all not binaries. We will get there. We will get to Sylveon. We're actually almost done here. But like what I do is I'll come in here and I'll do this soft line to it. And then I'll come in and do my erasing at full. And I'll make these edges where like the light is coming around. And it also lets me highlight these little spots here that you normally wouldn't see. On like the little paws. Separate the paws a little bit. Hey Stern, can you make Sylveon based on the opposite of pretty, that being ugly? I can see it being a pug with anti-trans or whatever. Guy said colors, ripped buttons, and Suicune face. It'll depend. These characters are supposed to be like the epitome of their typings. So Suicune, not Suicune, Sylveon may not be the best emphasis for that, but I will say this. I was hired once to do a design for a company that called The Gang Stockholm, who did a Roblox game, and they were like, we need a dog. Can you make a cute dog? And I said, yeah, of course I can. So I made a cute dog for them, and then they wanted me to evolve it, and I made it be one of those like little like with those little dogs that are super cute, and then they turn into just these beast type things. So it became this terrible, horrifying looking abomination. Because I went with that same mentality of like, what if we make it ugly? Look at Sylveon's Pokemon, fresh coat. For some reason, I imagine Beast Sylveon to kind of look like a parade float or something. That'd be cool. Someone asked for help on the Discord. I don't remember who it was. Maybe it might be someone who's in here right now. And if so, I'm sorry. They asked for help like, hey, I'm trying to think of a gimmick that kind of does this and kind of does that. And I said, oh, what if you did this? And I gave them an idea that was parade floats. Because they were like, I want something that's kind of like, what is it? Terrestrialization. But it's based on like Mardi Gras. What can I do? And I said, what if you did parade floats? And afterwards I realized that was a really cool idea. I wish I would have kept that for myself. Let's do, I want that to really shine. Hey Stern, can you show us what you made with that cute small dog? At some point, I might find it. This was years ago, so it's buried in my email somewhere, but I can try and find it. I like this. I feel like it's missing something. I don't want to do more stars and stuff like that, but I do need something in here. What if it was Aurora Borealis? Like, what would that look like if I did like pinks and greens and things in here? Oh, I like it a lot. I made a mistake because now I like this a lot. I made a terrible mistake. Yeah, that's the contrast it's missing. I agree. Also, fun fact, I'm trying to make my own Roblox game as of right now called Cryptide Planet. Cryptides were an idea for 2020 and 2019, and I wanted to remake it as a future Paradox game. That'd be fun. I have made a terrible mistake. Oh, because I love it. I love this look so much. Cotton candy tiger. I tempted fate. It's my own fault. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, I like that a lot. I was just like, this is more work. But I do like it. It's subtle enough, but I like it a lot. Unless they also have a texture on them that's related to their type. Yeah, speaking of texture, let me go in and add the texture to this guy. First, let me go in. I always highlight, I expand that by 2, and then I start deleting everything that isn't the outline. That way, if I have any color that overran the line, it won't be an issue. I really like that. Oh, man. That was a good decision. Oh, did I not fill in the eyes? I didn't fill in the eyes. That was the wrong selection. That was contract. I don't want to contract. To expand this by 10. What is it? Did I miss anything? Any spots kind of floating? No. No, it looks great. I love it. It sure would be a 5-star raid in Pokemon Go. That is the kindest compliment I could get on this. And now we're going to do our little trick here where we get our weird brush. Bring that down to about, let's do 6%. Just start making random lines. And you can see on the gray parts of the body where that's really affecting stuff. Don't worry, we're going to tone that down. Just gives it that watercolor type of effect. I need a name for this guy. He's localized entirely within the kitchen. Hey, Stern, I'll add Roblox into my region and call it Parablocks. I can't wait to make a Roblox noob coal miner Fakemon. Named it Crazed Wolf. Gotta say, this is the best so far. I agree. Alright, what's the name gonna be for this one? I'm thinking of Rowlinks. But I want something Japanese. Okay, Bunbanui says Kiyoshi, the name coming from Hokyoko, Japanese for Arctic, and Heishi, Japanese for soldier. I like that a lot. You nailed it. Yep. Kiyoshe. Sashay away. Like, I like the pun names, but the thing is, these Pokemon, they don't have pun names. Perora is good. Excuse me. I'm dying. Tea. Drank the tea too fast. Yeah, Bunbanui. I wish I knew how to pronounce your name. That is spot on. Perfection. I love that. Arctic Soldier. Do you speak Japanese? Like, you came up with that quick. Can you make Ugly Pug Sylveon? Probably not for this one, because I want to capture kind of what each one emphasizes and not break the boundaries on this. I do normally think like, okay, let's make Ugly Dog, but in this case, it's not gonna fit the prompt. What's a weird little sketch I can do right now? I did weird cat dog thing a minute ago. Let me do clown. This is that thing that I see every time I take too much cold medicine. Clown. Stern, stop taking too much cold medicine. No, Okay, get rid of him. Get him out of here. He's scaring the kids. Mr. Mime 2.0. Sylveon. Okay, fairy type. I don't know what to do. It's gonna be sleek. It's gonna be slender. Mr. Mime's son? Mime Jr.? No. This is Mime Senior. So the reason I said Crazed Wolf was because I was talking about a Fakemon Final Evo I based off myself and can't remember its name. It's Crazed Wolf or Crazed Wolf. That's cool. Lava Tyrant! What are you doing here? For those of you curious, you should go and follow Lava Tyrant. Subscribe to them on YouTube. I would not be here making YouTube videos if it was not for Lava Tyrant. That is a 100% fact. I've not opened Twitch in like 3 to 4 years. I give a raving review of Lava Tyrant. He's like, I have not been here. I liked Mr. Crime. I don't necessarily like this stance. But it's fine. We'll work on it. Thanks for the shout out. So what are we up to today? Today we're looking at the idea of how they say the legendary beasts are all from I'm starting over. Are from the evolutions, and I thought, what if we use the other evolutions as inspiration for those? So that's what we're doing. And then someone pointed out, hey, did you know Pragmagic did a video almost just like that? And I was like, no, please. How long ago was it? 5 days. No! So we're doing it anyway. This is a legendary beast of Sylveon. Yeah, to be more specific, this is a legendary beast of Sylveon. I am back. I made some Aspent fan art. I love it. I'm so glad that you guys liked those snake Pokemon. That was a nightmare. Because I was like, alright, I do these videos kind of quick. Obviously, this is the video for tomorrow that I'm doing right now. So I was like, let's do the snakes. How hard could it be? I already had my guy making music for it. I had it all set up. And then I was like, I have to do 12. Without the back legs, this just looks like a person. Feral Buff Poodle could be fun. Sorry if I seem repetitive. Ah, it's fine. One moment it looked like Xerneas. Could be. Back leg. Does not want to back leg. Alright, sorry I'm quiet. I'm like concentrating on making this not look weird. Hey Stern, can you do Dogman as Fakemon? I've heard that a couple times tonight. I might have to check it out. I don't know what Dogman is. I assume it's an anime. I don't watch a lot of anime. But I will have to check it out. I just finished My Hero Academia. Imagine if Club Penguin Pokemon. This one's a penguin. And this one is a penguin. And this one, you're not going to believe it, is a penguin. Use the Suicune ribbons? Yeah. Extra long legs. These back legs actually should be a little bit longer. Can I cheat it? Usually Club Penguin also has a polar bear, if I remember correctly. I did not play Club Penguin. Club Penguin was after my time. Oh, Dogman. Oh, yeah, that Dogman. The Dav Pilkey book. This Pokemon's gonna be a phenomenon. Servals might be a good body reference. I have to look up Servals. That's I feel like that's right. Serval. Yeah. The goofiest faced cat. Good night, everyone. Looking forward to the video and to seeing the arts in the Discord. See ya, Pinocom Peach. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Pinocom Peach, for being a part of the stream tonight. Hope you have a good year. Oh, so you are live on YouTube too. Probably better to watch here. Either or, I'm on YouTube and Twitch right now. I appreciate the follow on Twitch though. Sylveon is looking straight forward, so I'm gonna have this one looking straight forward too. What if I do something like this? Like this? There we go. Perfect. Nope. Use the Poodle Puffs as well. I love the Poodle Puffs. Hello, is there a channel in the Discord for fan art? If so, please tell me. Also, please check out the Discord, Stern, because I think you will like the fan art. I will. I'll check it out once I'm done streaming here. Cursed. Scarion, please no. Cthulhion. That's almost what my brother's name is. Demonetization. It still looks like a person is the problem. It still looks like a person. What if I make the face just a bit wider? Instead of the poodle puff cheeks like that, I do them like this. Oh, I feel like that fixes it. I feel like that fixes a lot of the problem. Squishy. I think making the head a tad longer could help. Remove head. It helps. I feel like it helps. I'm just drawing a person. You think the ears are going to soft it? I agree. It's not going to be perfect, but this is just the sketch. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. I'm going to bring it down just a bit there. Area 51 neon. Wolverine? I have to do a crest of some sort too. Better hide that big forehead. That's the plan. I'm gonna figure out a way to hide this big forehead. I also know you're referencing, what is it? Fast and the Furious. God, I hate those movies. I'm gonna get hate for saying that. I know I am. Ribbon mane. Yeah, we're gonna get there. That head feels so small. Let's make it bigger. Now on Sylveon, where do the antennas come out of? They come out of the ribbon. They come out of the ribbon. I don't... Oh, she's not bald. These tendrils are going to be her hair. Slappy the Dump. I love Goosebumps books so much. I got in trouble in school because we had to do the reading, and I kept reading Goosebumps books, and they actually called my parents in. We're like, listen, little baby Stern can't just be reading Goosebumps books all the time. He has to read something else. We don't care what it is. See ya. Good night, little English kid. I'll check out Discord in a bit. They are from the head bow and the neck bow. Yeah. Hmm? Hmm? Something like that, maybe? I like it. But it doesn't have the smoky wisp, and it needs to have the smoky wisp. Fairy goo, whatever it is. I like it. I'm good with it. It's a sketch layer, so I'm obviously going to clean it up a bit as we go in. Hey Stern, what should I do for a battle gimmick for the Jigitaro region? Should be a whole new concept or keep the old servant form idea? I like the servant form idea if I'm recalling it correctly. What's this? This is the idea of what if, you know, the whole idea of like, oh, the legendary beasts were EVs. This is the idea of like, okay, what if we use the other EVs for that? So this is our fairy inspired by Sylveon. Loosely inspired by Sylveon. Since technically the fairy type is the light type, they make the wisp fairy dust or light. Yeah. Fairy dust. Or as I called it, fairy goop. Did I get that fairy goop? That feels way too high. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, if you ever saw Lunatics, it reminds me a lot of the Bugs Bunny one. I make the Roblox new Pokemon Cold Blocks, its evolution, and then make a servant form based on volcanoes and minecarts. It will be fire rock type. Do you have a DeviantArt profile gallery, or is it just Blue Sky and Twitter? I had a DeviantArt at one time. I won't tell you what the name is, because I'm embarrassed of what's there. It's nothing bad. I'm just it's old. I have not updated it in years. I think about getting back on it every once in a while. Isn't there like a design pattern or something with the legendary beasts similar to how the birds have the numbers? I don't quite remember. I think they're all based on like gods of some kind. Their names are all Japanese. I know that. Hey, Stern, how often do you stream? I don't stream super often, but I'm getting better. I actually, for those of you who don't know, I became full-time content creation person the other day. Actually left my job and started doing this full-time. So I'm going to be on here more often. We all are embarrassed of our DeviantArts. Yeah, it was a long time ago. And I actually don't have any like Pokemon stuff on there, really. It's all superhero OC stuff. Very old. I think I stopped posting on there back in like 2014. I don't recall. I went on it just the other day for like the first time in years because I had to find a piece for a video where I was like, oh, I need old art of mine for this portion of the video. And I was like, you know where a bunch of my old art is? My old deviant art. Do you think doing YouTube in the long run is the only best way for a career? I've been looking for jobs, but I don't know if I might be getting paid enough. So YouTube, and I'm saying this as a person who just started, like I said, doing this full time. But I did a lot of research prior. So while I was working for my other job, I did YouTube on the side for about 8 months. And YouTube is good when you're doing it for a like job, when you have other forms, at least in the beginning, and at least for me, when you have other forms that it can take. So, for example, like my commissions are open, and I have a Patreon, and I have Ko-fi, and all that. And YouTube is great for like showcasing the work, but a lot of your stuff is going to come from commissions. Again, at least at the beginning. Like, I've been doing YouTube for 8 months now, and I'm not at the point that YouTube can fully support, but I have other means that it leads into that combined, with their powers combined, in a Captain Planet-like style. That's a reference that's far too old for any of you. But in a Captain Planet-like style, all of those powers combined give me something that is sustainable. Would you ever do a Lunatics Unleashed characters as Pokemon? Maybe if people talked about it more. The thing is, like I said, a lot of the income comes from YouTube, and like it's a hefty portion, and so I try to do stuff that I know, and it sounds super shilly, where it's like, oh, you're only doing it for the money. Kind of yes and kind of no. Like, my videos, I try to do stuff that I know people are talking about or is relevant, especially with the niche that I'm in of like mashup stuff. Like, it doesn't help me a ton if I do something super niche, because not a lot of people are going to watch it. But then you get trapped in the other stuff. Like, I did 9 Five Nights at Freddy's videos, and then I decided, like, hey, I need to move away from this because I don't want to get trapped doing just Five Nights at Freddy's videos. So, it's a lot of thought. So if the question is like, is it worth going into YouTube? As far as I've found in my research on it and my experimentation of the past 8 months, if you have like transferable following, like if you have people who will follow you onto like Patreon, and you have ways of people following you onto other stuff, then yes. Like, I started out posting my art mainly to is this a separate layer? It is. To Instagram. And you think, like, I think at the time I had 3,000 followers on Instagram. And it's like, okay, great. So you have 3,000 followers, so you think that'll translate over, and I'll have 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Not how that works. It's not 100% transferable. I think it was probably like 1% transferable. I think I maybe got like 300 subscribers for that. Well, heck, you might be onto something, Lava. What did Lava say? Pokemon as Pokemon? It could work. crazy. It's so crazy. It just might work. What is I doing here? Are you doing any April Fool's videos to know? I mean, if I told you, it wouldn't be a very good April Fool's video now, would it? Internet is Pokemon or games is Pokemon. Yeah. It's not an absolutely ludicrous idea, right? Like the idea of like, what if you did Pokemon as Pokemon? Like, there's a ton of videos that are already that, right? It's like the idea of taking a Paradox Pokemon and turning it into a different kind of Paradox Pokemon, which I did for a video. That's Pokemon as Pokemon, is it not? And doing things like that. Let's... Wispy, 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 wispy. There we go. Coolio. Get my wispies all good. And then I'll look back at chat here in a second. If you were to make an April Fool's video, make it an invisible Pokemon and you just draw absolutely nothing. What if Pokemon wasn't Pokemon, but it was Pokemon is basically all I'm hearing? Yeah, the idea came up of like, oh, if you're doing mashup, are you ever going to do Pokemon as Pokemon? And I was like, honestly, it's not a terrible idea. And I think those types of videos already do exist. You know, it's just when you take stuff and flip it around. Like, this is Pokemon as Pokemon. This is what if the evolutions were legendary beasts, but all of them, right? That's technically Pokemon as Pokemon. Roblox characters as Pokemon when? I probably have to get into Roblox. So, not anytime soon, given that I don't fully understand Roblox. I'm going to sound like an idiot. Let me look up the non-binary colors again just to make sure I'm not getting it wrong. Oh, okay. I got you. Problem is I already have a purple one of these. It looks like Psychic type. Yeah. A lot of fairy types do. A lot of fairy types were. Did I get it? Did I get... Is that it? Wow. I'm proud of me. Not too many empty spots here. Well, we'll see. Oh, we're good. Saw a person create creatures that, using that animal skull reference site, you could try... Oh, the shrink wrap thing. Yeah, that's a fun idea. It's a fun concept. Do I think I can make your usernames as Pokemon? So here's the thing. I get that a lot on the Discord of people saying like, hey, can you make us as Pokemon? Here's the only problem with that. There's about 1,000 people on my... A little over 1,000 people on like my Discord. I would have to do 1,000. Because otherwise I have people who are like, well, why didn't you pick mine? So it's a... slippery slope. That's far too blue. I do that every time. It's Invisifools, the air Pokemon. Families in India. Don't spoil, I'll watch it tomorrow. I won't. It was a movie. Actually, now that I have that, I can probably go in and erase some of these lines. Make it pure, a little bit more connected. Four artists, one skull. It sounds like a death match. Hello, I am back and now free. What if I could? What are Alolan Pokemon? Oh, Alolan Pokemon are Pokemon from the Alolan region. Sorry, I saw that message come through earlier and I thought someone else was going to hop on answering it. My apologies. Pokemon from the Alola region. I actually really liked the Alolan region. I feel like every Pokemon was a hit. Every Pokemon was fantastic. I cannot say the same for Galar or Paldea. One base Pokemon and tell everyone to evolve it into themselves. That's a good idea. I could do that, I guess. Now you do it. Hey Stern, what should the Pokemon Professor be for Gigataro based on Australia instead of Balboa? It's a tree. It's an upside down tree. Yeah, Alola had so many good Pokemon. I can't think. Like I'm genuinely trying to think. There's not a single Pokemon design for Alola that I did. Bruxish. Never mind. Bruxish was dumb. Professor Balboa? Sounds cool. Yeah, it's a tree that grows upside down. Pokemon draw its theoretical skull, similar to Trigun 70s. Skull's passed off to others to make new Fakemon. I will let Ron know. I need to put that line back. This is my first live stream. Well, welcome. What do I do? Okay, there we go. It's my first in a while. Been a minute. So much pink. But we've learned our lesson here. Like, I can go in and use that brush that I like and swap out some of the colors on here. Like, what do we have pink with yellow floating through it? Wouldn't that be sick? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be cool? I feel like it'll just offset it, make it look white. Right? Am I wrong? Does that show up? Does that look fine? I don't know if that shows up. Do some blue in there. Two fake origins until I forgot. Lisa isn't a professor, she's a researcher. Is it the same thing? She's a researcher. If I actually get rid of this line, whole new flavor. Alright. Why did I do that? Looks neat. Thank you. He's definitely giving more fairy. Yeah, thanks. I was hoping, I was like, if I just drown this thing in pink, I'm hoping it sells fairy. The Diva Pokemon. I just feel like it's so plain here. What if I have an idea. I have an idea. It's a bad idea. But an idea nonetheless. Get rid of all that. Okay, get rid of all this. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to do it on a separate layer because I do not trust myself. Yeah. There we go. Hey, sometimes when I comment on videos, maybe a question that seems to never get answered, and only a heart. I was wondering if you answer the questions or sometimes can't and just hear it. Sometimes I'll hear them. I try to answer as much as I can. But obviously there's a lot of comments. Usually if it's a comment that comes in the first day, I'm pretty good about answering them. Please make an Umbreon. Oh, Umbreon's already done. I'll show you at the end here. This is the last one. The rest are done. And we'll go through them all in just a bit. But first I need some tea because my throat is closing up. Just got banned on Roblox. Stern, I think you missed my greeting. Hey, Nintendo Zombies 96. Sorry if I missed your greeting. How are you? Oh wait, how long have you been live? 2 hours. 2 hours. Damn. What are we doing? We are drawing legendary beasts based on the other evolutions. I know it's a rumor. I know it may not be true. I don't think it's true. The idea of like, hey, you know, the mythical beasts are all based on the evolutions. Well, what if we did that for the other evolutions? That was the idea. And we're rolling with it. Oh, he's screaming. That's fine. Got my finger hovering over the ban button. JK, JK. Not that guy. That's what I have mods for. There we go. I think that's good. I think we're, you know, it feels simple. I assume this is Espeon. This is Sylveon. I'm trying to figure out ways to make it more Sylveon. Like, what if I did this as the white? I do like that. Feels like a pink Power Ranger. Okay, Nintendo Zombies, what do you got? Hit me. Hit me. Which evolutions have you done on stream? All of them except for Umbreon and Sylveon. No, sorry, all of them except for Umbreon and Espeon, which I'll showcase in just a second here. But okay, I see your stuff, English kid. I'll hop onto that in just a second. Oh, I've been meaning to ask Stern. Most people tend to have the one hyperfixation as a kid. Dinos, cars, definitely dinos for me. What was it for you? Ninja Turtles. First thing I ever drew. Go play outside? Yes, I saw that. Good idea. Let's do... I want to do more here, but I don't know what to do. What if I just do some little minor things? Let's make this just a bit higher. Do the toesies. I like that. I feel like that does a lot. That was a mistake. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's not shaded. I'll shade it and see. He says SCP. Oh, SCP is on the poll. I'm waiting for it to win. Which evolutions did you do? All of them. This is the last one. Let's do the shading now. Similarly shaded as the toes? That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I saw your post, English kid. That's what I was thinking. Let me do... What if... Like, what if we do this? What would it... I'm worried that's going to look weird, but I guess there's... No, that's too strong. There's no way of knowing until I try it, so let's see. No, what if they were just solid? Like, what if I don't do this brush? I do this brush. Take the color from there. I feel like it does add something. It does differentiate a little bit, and I do dig it. I think it works. My idea for this was to kind of go make it feel like it's like a aristocrat with like the neck piece, very much more symbolizing the like the neck ruffles of old-timey shirts. And I think this gives it that like little poof. Gives it a little something there. I do like it. That's a good idea. Thanks, Lava. I missed one. Alright. I think we're good. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it works. I think it works. Alright. Let's get to shading. I should probably get the right color. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, see? Any pupils for the eyes? Huge, got to keep an eye out. Yeah, I'm going to do pupils for the eyes, but I want to do them with a color, so I'm holding off on them a bit. Hey Stern, which name for the water starter is better, Oasis or Boasis? I mean, if you're using the name Boab or Baboab for the professor, I would go with Oasis. I think Boasis sounds good, but it's going to sound like it's named after the professor if you go with Boasis. I think it sounds good. I worry that there's like that thing of like, so we only got like one name that we're going with, huh? Like, you know? Pen's not working. Tadbit has a question. What's up? Waiting for my pen to work. Ugh, there we go. I got stuck. I have played Luigi's Mansion 3. That is not a question. Oh no, that's not 10-bit. Sorry, I was like, wait a minute. How do you do that line thing in your line art, like where you draw a line, then use the select tool to remove the insides? So you can't see it on here for some reason, but what it is it's a like shortcut key. that I'm able to hit to say contract by 2, and so it'll contract by 2 pixels. It's a shortcut that I've kind of got on here, where I have it set on the pen. I'm just making sure I read that right. So how do you do line thing in your line art? Where you draw a line, then use the select tool to remove the inside. Oh, yeah. So so like you're talking about like this, and then do that. And then, so what I'm doing is I'm actually using a separate menu that you can't see to contract. And I'm saying contract my selection by 5, and then hitting delete. And so it deletes everything inside of it, because it's contracted by 5 pixels. So that's what I'm doing when you see that. It's something that doesn't appear on your screen for some reason. I'm sure I could change it. But like when I say record Photoshop, it won't record that. You has the expand select. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm contracting. Yeah, so it's like expand, select, smooth, things like that. And I'm telling it contract so that I can remove the inside. I'm heading out. It's getting late. You take care. I hope you feel better and can't wait to see your video tomorrow. Thank you, Draconis Rex. Thanks for being here. I hope your year is good. I hope this was a good start to it. Get some rest. Get some sleep. Don't be sick like me. Ooh, my music guy just sent me the music for tomorrow's video. So pumped about that. It's a user named Toxic Thoughts on YouTube. I love their music, and he does great stuff for some of my most recent videos. Actually contacted me and asked if I needed help with that, and I was like, you know what? Let's see what we can do. And I was just blown away by what he was able to do. His music is absolutely stellar. Check out Toxic Thoughts on YouTube and find their music. It's so good. Actually, the music that they've been working on for the videos is going to be released as its own album. So you'll have like a Stern video album, which will be really cool. I'm really excited about it. But yeah, he just sent me the music for tomorrow. It was really cool. I give him a rundown. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's the vibe. Tell me what you think. And he lets me know. He's like, yeah, I got something for that. Do you plan Spooky Month Pokemons? I do. I love Spooky Month Pokemons. I want to do... I'm always nervous. So I want to do my own list of like, hey, here's our Spooktober prompts. And then just put that out into the world. But I'm so nervous that like no one's going to do it. And then I'm just going to look like an idiot being like, oh, okay, I guess that's not going to happen. Following my own prompt list when I'm actually so pumped by other people's prompt lists. So, I don't know. I want to do a prompt list, but I'm so nervous. I feel like it's not something to be nervous about, too. Like... Do that. Yeah, I do like that. Don't like that. Discord Fire has been up for the stuff has been added, just so you know. Yeah, I saw. I'll check it out. Hey Stern, does the name sound good for the fire starter? Here's Smowala. Yes, sounds fine. I assume it's a koala. And Smolder. Oh, I can't do that, can I? Oh, I messed up. I messed up in the way that I designed that area there. I'm messing up. I'll have to fix it. Will you do Pokemon for Valentine's? Potentially. I'm doing this full time now, so... You know, the videos kind of gotta work. So if it's something that I feel like it's gonna really hit, and Valentine's Day is a good prompt, then yeah, absolutely. That's the plan. Follow the curvature of what's What's hitting? Love, I don't know if you're still there. Can you give me the rundown on what's going on with, like, you posted your Lotus stuff, and I'm super interested in what that is, because I have not been keeping up with that project, and I want to. This may not be the place. If it's not, and you're like, I don't want to talk about it here, that's fine, too. On Valentine's, do a Love Disc Evo? That'd be fun. That would make sense. Let me hit this real quick. Hit some erases. It's almost done. She's almost done. Isn't there also an Aunt May one where her superhero name is Spider-Man? I have not been keeping up with that part of the conversation. But yes, Aunt May does become Spider-Man in one of the comics. There's also another May Parker who becomes a Spider character, and that is Mayday Parker, Peter's daughter, becomes Spider... Oh, I shouldn't have started talking because I don't know what her name is. Is it just Spider-Girl? It's a 3-part miniseries from Mahagiri. Oh, sick! Yeah, I'm going to check it out. I saw you posted one of the videos the other day, and I was in the middle of something. I don't remember what it was. But I was like, oh, I gotta watch that. I have to record lines. I might record lines tomorrow. I guess a Yu-Gi-Oh card based off the description. If it's one of the Joey Wheeler cards, then I will know it immediately. Although I have not kept up with Yu-Gi-Oh, I won't know any of the names anymore. I used to be so into Yu-Gi-Oh. I have probably a couple thousand cards in my garage right now. That when I moved into the house, I was like, so these are staying. I'm so pumped. We're almost done with this one. Just got to get these shadows in, do some of my little highlight work, do the secondary highlight pass, do the tertiary highlight pass, and the final highlight pass, and then we're done. Maybe, unless I decide that I want to do extra stuff on this. It's like 9 passes of color, essentially. Sir, can you do a vid where you go through how to make a region? I need it. I think, I don't know if you or someone else mentioned that earlier, but I can absolutely do that. It sounds like a ton of fun. Because I think, like, I get a lot of questions on stuff that's like, hey, how do you come up with starters? How do you come up with a professor? How do you come up with trainers? And I always have the same answer, which is, how did you get into my house? But after that, I usually answer with, go back to what your inspiration for your region is. So yeah, like the talk on like how do you start a region is a big deal because it should be what's feeding your entire story, characters, Pokemon, etc. But so if you get stuck on that, it really can hamper you. Have you made Amazing Digital Circus Pokemon Part 3? Have I? I have. I did. Yeah, I did. Well, before I make another series like that. Oh, what if we work together? Can we do it then? Can I bait you into doing it? What if we did another like ARG type of thing? Huh? Would that be fun? Am I convincing you? Sure, next time you do a blankest Pokemon thing, you should do Brawl Stars next. I've gotten into the series recently. Very cool. I haven't played it yet. How do I design protagonists? I've never done it before, and I need advice for a pro. Okay, look at your region. What's your region's inspiration, and go from there. What would a kid be like in your region? What are they seeking? What would someone who lives in that area of the world in Pokemon be out to do? And then go from there. How will that outfit suffice and show that that is their goal? How will that outfit and their design show, like, suffice what it is that the plot is? Oh, well, I mean, Sansamar is gonna be strong for now. Alright, I hear you. There we go. Let's do that. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think we're getting there. I think we're there. I think I's happy. But I do have plans for a sequel series to Legends Lotus. There's a teaser at the end of episode 2. I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to check it out in a minute. Once the dex is actually complete, I do intend to make a Pokemon Divine Chaos the series. So, hey Stern, how do we add stuff to the polls? I would specifically add Dogman or make Dogman Fakemon myself. You don't add stuff to the polls, I do. Or if you are part of the Pleb Plus program on Discord, that's how you can add stuff too. You have to be a subscriber in that fashion to the Discord. Let me see here. Do my little trickies. Do my little tricky doos here. Turn this black. See if there's any spots that I missed. That is surprise. Oh, there it is. There's one. I see you. You tried to escape. No. You tried to escape. This one is so pretty. Thank you so much, NJ Truman. This one looks magnificent. Thank you, Lava. What type was this one? This one was Fairy. New Metal Sonic, Metal Sonic, Metal Shadow, and Omega. It's like Paradox Pokemon, please. Potentially. I should throw Sonic up onto the polls, actually. Let me see what I could do here. Because I'm thinking of something else here that I could do. I'm curious what it'll look like. Like if I put these specs throughout, like the upper part of this thing here, but then I also go out and have them like flying off. What do we think? Does that work? What do we think? Does that work? Does it look dumb? I'm gonna keep it. What if I make them blue? What if it was purple? They kind of hide in that pink. But I do think it works. I think it gives it an energy that's very much all its own. Okay, so we have our Fairy type. We're going to run down what we got so far. So we have our Fairy type. And then we have, of course, our... is this a sketch layer that I left? We have our Ice type. Ooh, ah. I love that Aurora Borealis snowy wisp effect. That is, it's inspired. I love it. If Dogman comes out, will I turn into a Pokemon? Maybe, probably. That's our ice type. We have our grass type. We have our Umbreon dark type. And we have our Espeon psychic type. Of course it needs a name. And Bunbuoy comes in again. Let me see. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's talk about the names. What names are we thinking? Bunbuoy is currently like in first because that's a great name. But hold on, Omese or Osai for a name for chief or king? Say meaning fairy. Oh, I do like almost Omasai. Oh man. Here's the thing. I like them both. And Bunbuoy, you got it last time. That's literally the only differential part in this. So Omasai is going to take it. I'm going to save this as Omasai. See you, Raptor Chaser. Suraisor? What's the inspiration on that? Oh, Pixel Pen Gamer. It's not the night sky. It is space. Which I guess is the same thing. But I thought about the idea how psychic type tends to lend itself to like cosmic. And so I went with that. Even though it is, yeah, it's the sun Pokemon. But yeah. And we got this one with this dark cloud of chaotic evil energy. Shrub. Ice. I dig it so much. I think this is my favorite. And then we have this one. Now I gotta make a thumbnail so you guys can stick around and see that too. I'm gonna use this for the thumbnail. Make it big. Let's do this. Let's make a glow. Like a... What do I want here? Do that. When will the video drop tomorrow, Stern? It's going to drop tomorrow regular time, which is 1 p.m. Pacific Standard. Do I have anything that I want to use for this? I do. I do have a background that I want to use for this. I'm going to take this, put it behind. Let's make it bigger! And I want to do that. Apply that as the color. I'm realizing I do not like the way that turned out. So let's do it again. I didn't like the blur on it. It made it hard because I'm going to add a shadow to it. String, can you please make Omega, Neo Metal Sonic, and Metal Shadow as Paradox Pokemon for something else? Potentially. I should add Sonic to the list of poll results. That way that could pop up, because Sonic did really well. Drop at 3 p.m. Texas time! So it'll drop at regular time. Just jump from doing a funny voice straight back in. Texas time. So yeah, regular time. Let's do it. Outer glow. Yeah, make it stand out a little bit. What font do I want? Oh, I have one for Espeon Magicsy, Magi Magic, and oh, I don't remember the name that I used for the Espeon one. The Espeon one was Amatsu, which is the name for the Japanese god of space. And then the other one, what's it called? What's it called? Not Espeon, Umbreon was Ereborus, which is a, I believe, Gaelic deity. Mistion. Oh, that's why it wasn't working. There we go. Let's do... Come on. I'll do that. Fun fact, this is the Transformers font. Add Pokemon as a choice when you have two relevant existing Pokemon based on concept alone. Disney is trying to buy Sega because the Sonic movie did better than Mufasa and they were jealous. I don't know if that's true, but I do believe it. Come on, text, move. Good opportunity for some tea. I spilled it on myself. Hey Stern, what is the video title going to be? You're going to find out right now. Let's do like a what if. No, that's too long. That'll just be the title. I'll do, I don't want to put new legendary beasts because that's really close to Pragmagic's. Rise of the Beasts, Infernal Mutton, that is fantastic. Do this. We do Rise of the Beast Pokemon. Shout out, dude. That was awesome. That's a great name. How are we gonna get this? That's probably too big. Funny enough, Rise of the Beasts is the name of the Transformers film. Yeah. It's okay. These things do happen. Avengers. Avengers. Assemble. Maybe I'll be able to trick people into thinking another Transformers video. Hot diggity. I'll put this where I can see what I'm doing. That's close enough. What if we apply a gradient to that whole thing? I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that work? I feel like that works. Rise of the Beast Pokemon. The clickbait is strong with this one. Yeah, you know. It's the YouTube life. Is it how characters as Fakemon win? When I'm able to beat my own inner demons. I screwed that up. Let's do. Is that clickbait I smell? Do that. What if I do Rise of the Beast Pokemon? Do that. Do that. Do that. Maybe make that background just a bit, let's see, darker? Yeah, let's do darker. When I watch this video, I'll remember the human face you made on Sylveon. That is a banger thumbnail. Thanks. Hope it works. Now is not the time for that. For HH or HB. Is that Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss? I already got sad enough on Mastermind. What are you doing, Pokeduo? Fire thumbnail, better than half of my thumbnails. Oh, don't say that. And little sad on Sinsmus. Oh, don't talk about Sinsmus in front of me. There we go. I like it. I like it a lot. Well, turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Hey guys, be surprised. Pretend to be surprised tomorrow when you watch the video. You know, I'm going to put new commentary and stuff over it, so it'll be new stuff. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of the community. I was curious how many people would hop on, and it's been a pretty good little group. Thank you guys for being here. Tons of fun. I really enjoyed this. This is going to be happening a lot more often. So keep track, keep in mind. A lot of my... So the way that I have this set up is I'm going to be doing live streams pretty regularly, but there will be exclusive live streams for the Discord, specifically the Pleb Plus program. So you can get that. It's $3 a month, less than a cup of coffee. So you do that, and it'll get you all sorts of extra perks. Plus, I've been doing some Pokemon card design, so you get exclusive cards for that too. All sorts of fun stuff, but... Check out the Pleb Plus program on Discord. And, yeah, I'll be streaming here regardless. I'm going to wish you guys a good night. Hope you have a good year. Bye. I'm dying. I was going to yell. It was a mistake.